Ever finish a good horror movie and can't bring yourself to get up and turn on the lights? Let alone let go of your pillow?
Will you stay here until I fall asleep?
No? Just us? Okay. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we count down our picks for another top 10 movies you shouldn't watch alone.
Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in.
For this list, much like the first one, we'll be ranking all the films that give you the sense of helplessness and eeriness. You know, that creepy feeling you can't shake as if someone is right behind you. Number 10, Halloween.
What's the boogeyman?
Masked serial killing became a popular symbol of horror with this film, which spawned an immensely successful series of sequels. When a 6-year-old boy stabs his older sister to death on a fateful Halloween night, he consequently finds himself confined to a mental institution for the next 15 years. Upon his escape, the deranged murderer haunts the streets of his hometown to stalk and kill a number of new victims with his signature kitchen knife. If you watch this one alone, be sure to keep the lights on. Suspense had a new name after this film, and its name was Michael Myers.
Oh God! Oh, help me, please!
Number 9, The Shining.
How do you like it?
There may be no horror greater than the one that originates in your own family.
Wendy, I'm home.
Jack Torrance arrives at the Overlook Hotel with his wife and son to begin his job as the hotel's caretaker.
I must be losing my mind.
But soon, strange happenings begin to take place within the halls of the inn, and within Jack's mind too.
You didn't let me finish my sentence. I said, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in.
Originally welcoming the solitude as a way to break his writer's block, Jack is slowly driven mad by the hotel's curse and attempts to take the lives of his own family. This classic Stanley Kubrick adaptation of Stephen King's landmark is filled with moments that have become a part of pop culture.
Here's Johnny!
Number 8, The Descent. When trapped in an underground cave with no signs of escape, just assume you're not alone. When a group of women meet up to go on an epic caving trip, an inconvenient accident leaves them all confined to a rocky prison. The worst of it isn't evident until they discover what appear to be flesh-eating humanoid creatures down there with them. These inhabitants have adapted to life underground, and, though they can't actually see, strike without thinking, forcing the travelers to descend to their most primal instinct to survive the hellish cave. Number 7, Drag Me to Hell. This movie reminds us to always be mindful of the ones we do wrong. Christine's picture-perfect life is disrupted by a desperate elderly lady who needs an extension on her home loan.
Soon it will be you who comes begging to me.
When Christine denies her in hopes of impressing her boss, the old woman hexes her with a curse that will torment her mercilessly before damning her to an eternity in hell.
I'm scared.
Sending the next 3 days of her life dealing with evil spirits and trying to ward off the curse for good, she faces such terrifying demonic depictions in the mortal world, we shudder to think what awaits her on the other side. Number 6, Evil Dead.
I don't know what is wrong with you people, but there's something dead, and it reeks.
Possessions are no joke, especially when it happens to nearly everyone in your group. In this reboot of Sam Raimi's Evil Dead series, 5 friends gather in a cabin in the woods in order to help one of their friends through a difficult drug rehabilitation.
I read a passage from that book. It was some sort of prayer. I released something, David.
Discovering a book of evil spells, they inadvertently summon a demon that begins to possess each of them one by one. The remaining non-possessed members see no other way to survive than to kill each subsequent possessed member, until only one survives. Actually, maybe it's better to watch this one by yourself.
I will feast on your soul.
Based on this motherfucker!
Number 5. The Sixth Sense.
I see dead people.
The souls of the dead sometimes have unfinished business that keeps them from passing on, and it just so happens that 9-year-old Cole is their means of passage.
I don't see anything. Are you sure they're there?
Child psychologist Malcolm Crowe is tasked with relieving the young boy of his frightening visits, but in the end, uncovers some very unsettling truths about his own life.
They don't know they're dead.
The concept of being tormented by restless souls is scary enough, but focusing on a child as the subject for such terror adds a whole other spine-tingling level.
I think I might know a way to make them go away.
How?
Listen to them.
Plus, it's an M. Night Shyamalan movie, so if you think you can handle a twist ending with no one to keep you company, that's your problem. Number 4. Hide and Seek.
Play games.
What kind of games?
Hide and seek.
There comes a time in a person's life when you may need a fresh start. After his wife's untimely death, this father felt a change of scene was necessary for him and his daughter, Emily.
I say, well, this is my daughter, Emily. This is Sheriff Hafferty.
Emily?
To cope with all the sudden upheaval in her life, the young Emily develops an imaginary friend named Charlie, who may not actually be so friendly.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything!
Who did it? Who did it then? Don't say Charlie!
I'm telling you!
The apparition only seems to present itself to Emily, but he bears a resentment towards anyone that comes close to her.
Who is Charlie? Where is he?
Let's just say that if you watch this one alone, the more paranoid among us might start to question if we truly are alone.
Hide and seek.
Number 3. Sinister.
Look at all these new paintings. You're really getting good.
Nothing screams horror like a house haunted by evil spirits. Struggling true crime writer Ellison Oswald thinks he's found a big break upon the discovery of an unsolved family murder case. Hoping to get closer to the answer, he moves with his family into the house of the murdered family.
Ellison, we didn't move in a few houses down from a crime scene again, did we?
Tracy?
No, just don't say anything. If we did, I don't want to know about it.
In the attic one day, he finds film reels depicting the murders of several families, and soon realizes he's in way over his head. The thing that remains constant with each film is the demonic figure present in each shot, who has now sought out the Oswald family to make sure they suffer the same fate. Number 2. Insidious.
Hey. Dalton.
Nothing gets in between two parents and the well-being of their child. Not even a demonic entity using him as a vessel to the real world. Dalton has inherited the ability to leave his body and travel to the realm of the undying.
And the problem is that with his astral body gone, he's just left us with a physical body, an empty vessel.
When he gets trapped and is unable to find his way back, evil spirits begin using his consciousness to wreak havoc on the Lambert family.
But there are other entities who are malevolent and have a more insidious agenda.
With supernatural scares aplenty, even dedicated horror fans will have trouble turning the lights off after watching this, especially if they watch it by themselves. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Camilla got in touch with a medium. We learned from her that the doll was possessed by a girl named Annabelle Higgins. She had lost her parents and had taken a liking to my doll. All she wanted was to be friends.
Number 1. The Babadook.
You said that's not true!
How many 6-year-old boys do you know, Robbie, who still believe in monsters?
I hate you!
Have you ever heard the story of the Babadook? Well, neither had this troubled single mother, and upon reading the cursed book to her son, she unleashed its hellish torment onto both their lives.
What do you want?
The son's overactive imagination leads the mother to initially believe the Babadook exists.
And it's getting worse. He's becoming aggressive.
However, she believes its incessant stalking causes the family to experience increasing psychological trauma. One cannot escape the Babadook once a person becomes aware of his existence.
This is my house!
The film gets its notoriety from the lack of conventional jump scares and the masterful employment of raw horror elements. Exactly the kind of movie you should watch in a big group, with the lights on and the basement door locked.
If you touch my son again, I'll f***ing kill you!
So, do you agree with our list?
What do you want to talk about?
What movie made you go to sleep with the night light on? For more awesome top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.